Okay, we are on the last level. Good news for you. This level it's also easy. Um, Something that you want to be aware of is that sometimes, most of the times, in my case, as I finish uprising level with a carabine and a brute shot, most of the times in my case, when I make it to Great Journey, I carry my guns. The guns that I had from Uprising carry through Great Journey, which should be a carbine and a brute shot. All right. If we got a brute shot, that's gonna make the level a little easier for us because we can go faster. So in the case that you don't spawn with the carbine and the brute shot, you can still make it. It's just that smacking some brutes in the way it's gonna be a little harder. All right. In the case that you don't spawn with a brute shot, it's fine. We can pick up one in the way, but again, it's just a little trickier. So in my case, I'm gonna spawn with my brute shot here. Right. What I want to do is I'm gonna jump on top of this elite and use the brute shot to smack this elite. It's gonna give me green overshields, and I'm gonna start boosting. I'm gonna take this path here. This is very consistent, but there's always a small chance that the ghosts are gonna shoot you. But most of the time, they're not gonna shoot you. So we're gonna keep boosting here on the left side. Just keep going forward. At this point, we can get a checkpoint. We're gonna keep going forward this way. Here we're gonna take the left side here. We want to boost. We want to make it here, like in this corner. Then we're gonna turn around and start going back fast. Something that can happen there is that a brute can be right in front with a brution and it can shoot us, or sometimes the raid can shoot us. If that happens, just restart the level. Now we're gonna start boosting all the way back to this rock here. We're gonna go around the rock, and at this point we can get another checkpoint. And the reason for doing this to come back here is that we're gonna despawn the raids and the brutes that were right there. So we're gonna park the expector here. We're gonna get out of the expector. We're gonna leave it there. It's a safe spot. We're gonna use it later for a couple of jumps. So in this case, that I have my brute shot. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my brute shot in hand. You're gonna get another checkpoint here. You want to start running, want to start aiming to the right. We're gonna stick this brute and we're gonna try to stick uh, the turret there. We're gonna keep running here. Just take the right side here. When you are somewhere here, we're gonna cloak. We're gonna jump on this little ledge. We're gonna jump here to the left. We're gonna jump again. Try to dodge these guys. If you want, you can throw a plasma nade there to distract them. And we're gonna make it here. Alright, I made it look easy, but that jump can be tricky. So I'm gonna show you exactly where you need to jump. I'm just gonna freeze the AI. So I can show you where the enemies are gonna be. So like I said, sometimes you can get a checkpoint here. I didn't get it because I went too fast, but it's fine. So that brute is gonna be here. We have to be ready. We have to start pre-aiming to throw the nade, stick that brute. As we keep going, we want to stick this turret. You don't want to stop when you're doing this. Like, you want to stick the first one on the right and keep running and try to stick the other one on the turret. From here, you keep running, you're gonna get these three brutes. Most of the time, they're gonna be on the left side, so we can take the right side here and make it safely. When we are coming here, this is where we want to cloak. So fast, we're gonna jump on this ledge, and then we want to jump here. You don't want to jump too close to the right side because you're gonna fall off. So I'm gonna jump, hold forward, gonna make it here. Oh well, yeah, that can happen. So I'm gonna jump here. Well, I should be cloaking. Cloak, jump here, and make this jump fast. Jump here, then jump here. You're gonna get some brutes here. So you can either try to stick them or just throw a plasma nade to distract them. And from here, hug the right side. Because they might still be shooting. When you make it here, you're gonna hit a load zone, and that's gonna be a checkpoint. So let me unfreeze the AI here. So yeah, these brutes are gonna start coming here. So we can either try to stick them or just throw nades so they move. So hug the right side here. Once we make it here, we're gonna hit glitch here like this. We can crouch and walk forward, or we can just stand up with the wall. And here we're gonna force a checkpoint. This is a guaranteed checkpoint as long as we're hit glitching. For this next section, we're gonna get some jackals. We're gonna get a jackal sniper and some jackals with shields. So what I like to do here is we're gonna take cover here. We're gonna look for their heads, and we're gonna try to headshot them. So in this case, most of the jackals are on the right side, so be ready to headshot them here. This can happen that one it's not gonna let you headshot him, but you don't want to throw plasma nades here because we want to take this thing, we want to break it or to smack it to get some shields. So you don't want to use plasma nades here. If most of the times the jackal is gonna go back there. If it's all the way back there, then we can throw a plasma nade, but we don't want to throw a plasma nade in the middle of the bridge because we don't want to blow up that antenna. Now from here, the jackal sniper, it's gonna jump on top of that thing. Sometimes he just stays behind, like he's right there. If that happens, we're gonna cloak just to try to get him out. So from here, we're gonna be really careful to headshot this guy. Like there, he's shooting. If he's shooting, just wait for him. Cloak, give it some seconds, and then headshot him. Because even though you are cloak, he can still shoot you. So that's why we gotta be careful with that jackal. So I'm gonna try to do it again. From here, try to headshot them. Preferably, you don't want them to see you, because when they start shooting, they take their shields and it becomes harder to headshot them. In this case, I can try to go for wait for them to lose aggro and look for their heads. Or if they start moving, we can also try to headshot them. Like in this case, these guys are most of the time they're gonna go back. Or if not, like I said, we can just wait for them to lose some aggro and wait for them to get in a position where we can headshot them. So I'm gonna be checking here, like this guy, I can headshot him. That's moving, I can headshot him. Now there's still one more jackal here. I can try to headshot him, or if it's really far, I can throw an A. Like there. Like, just make sure you don't blow up the antenna, because again, the antenna, we're gonna use it to get some shields, alright? Now, the jackal here is not showing up, so what I can do is throw plasmas if I still have plasma nades. If not, it's fine. We're gonna cloak. Try to get the jackal sniper to get out. So, in this case, I don't see the jackal sniper. This is really weird. I don't know if because I throw a nade, but he usually is gonna jump on top there, so might need to reload the checkpoint here. So here, wait for them to start getting in the spot where we can headshot them. Okay, the jackal sniper is there. Like I told you, this is what he usually does, so we gotta play it safe there. prioritize the sniper, and then we can, depending on the situation, we can prioritize the sniper or the jackals. Right now, I kill all the jackals in this section. I'm gonna get my brood shot. I'm gonna run and smack this thing as I keep going. I'm gonna head glitch here. I'm gonna cloak. Then I'm gonna start running. If this happens, switch to your brood shot and smack that drone. At this point, you're gonna get a checkpoint. Uh, what I like to do, because we're gonna do a couple of nade jumps, so what I like to do to secure my shields is I like to go to the left side, just gotta do it fast. So I'm gonna get my brood shot. I'm gonna take this ramp, I'm gonna jump here on the left, I'm gonna cloak, and I'm gonna see this jackal. I'm gonna assassinate him and immediately come back. So at this point, I know I have overshields because I smacked the antenna and I smacked that jackal. So I should have full overshields. We're gonna see this phantom here. We want to take the left side. We don't want to lose shields. So if you want to be cloaking, it's up to you. In my case, I like to just keep running. I know I have enough overshields to deal with this part. Sometimes there might be one or two brutes here, so be careful here. Just check the area. If you see a brute, try not to lose your shields. So yeah, it's very important that you make it with overshields once we are coming back the way we came from. Also, as we did it fast, these hunters are gonna survive most of the time. Uh, you can also smack the hunters for shields. It just takes a lot of time, but you can definitely smack the hunters. And depending on the week, like for example, next week there might be a Moa there, so we can use that Moa to smack it and get some shields. Like that Moa, as you may know, that's part of the challenges. So their spawns change every week. So in this case, I didn't get the Moa, but maybe when you are watching, you will get a Moa there. So if you see it, smack it to make sure you have full overshields. Sometimes you're gonna see the elite here. If that's the case, you can try to smack him also to make sure that you have overshields. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna smack this elite. I'm gonna get my my overshields, and then I'm gonna go back to where the scarab is. So we're gonna see our Spectre here. We're gonna jump on the turret. We can park it in a different way. For me, this should be enough. So I'm gonna jump on the turret, and I want to jump here. What I do here is I jump, and then I do a late crouch. Jump, keep going forward, and crouch. Here, I'm gonna do the nade jump. I want to throw my plasma nade here so it doesn't go down. So there, I'm gonna time it, go forward, and jump. You're gonna make it here. And here we're gonna do another jump. You want to throw the plasma somewhere here. Time it, go forward, and jump. So this is why we need overshields, because we need to do 2 grenade jumps. So once we're here, the enemies are not here. We're gonna spawn them. Only one of the brutes is going to have AI. So there's gonna be a brute here, there's gonna be another brute here, and there's gonna be 2 more brutes somewhere here. Another thing, sometimes you can also get another Moa here. Like I said, the spawns of the Moa change every week. So if you see the Moa there, you can also use that Moa to get shields, but that's gonna depend if you get a Moa. In my case, I'm gonna get my brute shot. I'm gonna start going back. I hit the trigger. I'm gonna be ready to smack this guy with the brute shot using the melee combo. Smack this guy. Smack this guy. Something important. We want to kill at least 1 brute with shots. Because something that can happen here is that the cutscene is not gonna trigger. So one of the requirements, this is really weird, but one of the requirements for the cutscene to trigger is that there must be some shots in that platform. So if the cutscene is not triggering, you I recommend you shooting at the brute's corpses, and hopefully that will trigger the cutscene. So once we hit the cutscene here, we're almost done with the level. Like we are past the hardest section, which is after we meet with the hunters. Like that part is gonna be tricky, and especially the jump that I show you. So you can either try to go for that strat. If it's too difficult for you, you might want to check Halo Completionist strat. Is safer and it's easier. Uh, Slower too, but it's efficient. So anyway, so now that I'm here, I'm gonna skip the cutscene. I'm gonna start going back to this door. If you got the MOA, this would be the right time to get that MOA because we want to make sure we have overshields. We're gonna come here, we're gonna hit a load zone. So we come here and then we come back. Uh, by doing this, we're gonna despawn the braids. Well, the braids are gonna be there, but we're gonna despawn the drivers. So that way we don't have to fight the braids and the scarab can start moving. If you're not sure about your shields, you can smack these elites with the brute shot to get shields. It's gonna this is gonna guarantee that you have aura shields. So we're gonna drop down here. You can drop down there or all the way to the ground. The fall timer is not gonna kill you. So we're gonna get in the Spectre. We're gonna start boosting here. At this point, we can get another checkpoint. So just be careful not to get splattered by the Scarab. Now here, this is random. You're gonna get an Inspector. Sometimes he's gonna be farther, sometimes he's gonna be closer. Like there, in my case, he was really close. I'm gonna take the right side here. Even if he shoots me, I should be fine. So keep driving on the right. We can get a checkpoint here if we are not getting shot. So keep driving. There's gonna be another Spectre on our left side, but if we're driving the way I am, we should be fine. Once we're here, we're gonna stop boosting and we're gonna drop down. Now, you want to stop boosting because if you keep boosting, the fall timer is gonna kill you. That's why you want to slow down and then drop down without boosting. Once we're here, we're gonna keep boosting in the middle. We're gonna start going to the left side here. We want to make it to this left side, this rock that we see here. We're gonna hold button A or the button to jump. So we pop a little wheelie and we can make it up here. Then we're gonna follow this path. Just keep boosting and keep going forward. Here we're gonna take the right side, like we want to ride on that kind of ramp. So we keep boosting here, we make it here. Something important here. Keep boosting, and then we're gonna press A. Like somewhere here we press A. Or we hold the A button. The reason it's because if you fall somewhere there, your Spectre is gonna get stuck and you're not gonna be able to drive it anymore. So that's why you want to press A or you want to hold the jump button and boost so you can make it past that section. We're gonna drop down here, and here we're going to start going down, and then we're gonna boost. As you can see, we have a platform here on my left. I'm going to boost, and I want to land here. If you are too high, the full timer is gonna get you. Here we're not gonna boost. We're just gonna drop down. Here we're gonna boost and hold jump. There. Once we're here, we want to get the Spectre here quickly. In this case, the Scarab is already shooting at the door. So we want to, if this happens to you, you want to get on this circle light that I have here. And you want to skip the Spectre like here. Holding or going backwards a little. When we hit the chapter, like the text, hold on, I'm gonna tell you exactly which one. There. When we see the black bars and the name of the chapter on the bottom right corner, we're gonna get out of the specter. Okay, so we get out. We're gonna identify that orange dot, and basically what we want to do is that we want this orange dot to go through this line here. Once the orange dot goes through that line, like it starts falling down, we need to also drop down. So we gotta time it. It's going, okay, the orange dot is past the line, now I can drop with the specter. If we do it like I show you, we're gonna guarantee that the specter is gonna make it to the last room. And this is essential, alright? We need the specter in the last room because we're gonna use it to duplicate Johnson. All right. If we don't have the Spectre, killing Johnson is just gonna be a pain in the ass. So it's very important that we make it here with the Spectre. Just follow what I told you. I hope I was clear about the orange dot on the Spectre going down past that little line or that little edge. Now, when we skip the cutscene here, what I like to do is try to stick Tartarus with a plasma nade, or just throw a nade to move the brutes that we have here, and start jumping and going backwards. So shoot them, we're gonna keep going backwards, and here we're gonna have our Spectre. So Johnson is gonna get in the turret, we let him get in the turret, we're gonna drive the Spectre, we don't want these guys to get in the Spectre. What we can do is we can splatter them. If they get in the Spectre, it's fine. We can get them out. But preferably, we don't want elites in the Spectre. So I'm just gonna splatter him. And we're gonna wait here. Now another Johnson is gonna spawn here. Something important too. The Spectre that we want to get in here needs to be the first Spectre. The Spectre that I took from that elite right at the beginning. If we use a different Spectre, this trick is not going to work. Alright? So I'm just gonna wait here for Johnson. Another thing that can happen, it's that it's gonna take a while before Johnson spawns. If you see that Johnson is not spawning, uh, what I like to do is I park the Spectre here, I get out, I'm gonna drop down here, and then I'm gonna do an 8 jump back. There. And that kind of forces Johnson to spawn faster. But there's also a chance that, there is a small chance that Johnson won't duplicate. My recommendation is be patient. Now, if you see that 5 minutes have passed and another Johnson is not duplicating, load up your checkpoint. Alright? Like, at this point, Johnson should have spawned. And he's not spawning, so I'm just gonna load up my checkpoint. I'm gonna go again, start shooting these guys. So they take them out. There. I get in the Spectre. I'm gonna wait for Johnson. Remember, I don't want these elites with me. I don't want them in the Spectre, so I'm just gonna kill them. And I want Johnson to get in the Spectre with me. So I'm just gonna be waiting here for Johnson to duplicate. Actually, let me speed it up. There we go. We got one Johnson. We got another Johnson, and we can get another Johnson. So it's just a matter of being patient. All right. Johnson will duplicate again. If you see that 5 minutes have passed and Johnson is not duplicating, load out the checkpoint and try again. Once we're here, we want to drive this Spectre either to the left or right side. We're gonna boost and we're gonna hold A. We're gonna get out of the Spectre quickly. We want to throw a Plasma Nade at the Spectre, or if we still have the Brute Shot, we also want to shoot it, but it's better to use a Plasma Nade. Now, the reason to blow up the Spectre is because we want Johnson to get out of the Spectre. Because if Tartarus smacks the Spectre, he's gonna send our Johnsons flying, and that's gonna be it. In this case, I got unlucky. Johnsons are down there, but I got lucky. So Tartarus dropped down with them. Basically, what we want to do now here is just wait for Johnson to shoot them. We're gonna pick up dual plasma rifles here. We're gonna be dual wielding. Brutes are gonna spawn on the left side, so be careful with them. And basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start shooting Tartarus when he doesn't have shields. The fact that we have 3 Johnsons shooting, it's gonna make Tartarus lose his shields really fast. So just keep shooting from a safe distance. Still be aware of the brutes that are spawning. So just keep shooting Tartarus. When he's dead, we can look for a spot where we can head glitch. We can also cloak, and we're gonna wait for the cutscene to trigger. And at this point, we have beaten Halo 2 Lasso. So congratulations, that is a huge step. This is a really, really difficult challenge, but if you made it this far, I'm pretty sure you're really happy and it was worth it. I hope this video guide helped you. If it was helpful, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you had some kind of feedback with any of the levels, please also let me know so we can keep trying to help the community to get their achievement. So that's gonna be it. I'll see you in the next tutorials. So GG's.
¿Qué es eso?
¿Una baliza?
¿Qué está haciendo?
Se comunica a velocidades superiores a la de la luz con una frecuencia
¿Comunicándose con qué?
con el resto de las instalaciones.
Enséñamelo.
Protocolo de emergencia. En caso de desactivación inesperada, todo el sistema pasará a modo espera. Las plataformas restantes están preparadas para su activación remota.
¿Activación remota? ¿Desde aquí?
No digamos tonterías.
Mira, campanita, no me obligues a...
¿Y entonces de dónde? ¿A dónde hay que ir para activar los demás anillos?
Pues al arca, por supuesto.
¿Y dónde, oráculo, está eso?
No es de los nuestros. Acaben con él.
Aquí Spartan 117.
¿Me recibe alguien? Cambio.
Aíslen esa señal. Jefe maestro, ¿le importa decirme qué hace en esa nave? Señor, estoy terminando esta lucha.
El silencio llena la tumba vacía, ahora que me he ido. Pero mi mente no está en calma. Las preguntas me acosan. Yo preguntaré y tú responderás.
Bien. Dispara.